Perek tes zayin v'zeh klal gadol ba'avodas havaya lebeinanim, and this is a great general rule of service of Hashem to the beinanim. Ha'ikar hu limshov lishlot ala teva shebechol ala smoli. The main thing is to control and rule over the nature in one's left side of the heart. Al yidei or havaya hameir lenefesh halokis, through the light of Hashem that shines into the divine soul, shibemocho, that's in one's mind, lishlot al halev, to rule over the heart, kishemispon bimocho begdulas ein sof baruch hu, when one contemplates in one's mind in the greatness of the infinite may be blessed, loholid mibinaso ruach das v'iras havaya, to give birth from one's bina, from the understanding, a spirit of knowledge, of das, and the fear of Hashem, b'mocho, in one's heart, in one's mind, in order to go away from bad, whether it's from the Torah or rabbinic, and even a small transgression from the rabbis, God forbid. So that's fear in the mind. V'avas havaya b'libo b'chalal hayamini, and the love of Hashem in one's heart, in the left, in the right side of the heart, b'chashika v'chafetza ledavka bo b'kiyum mitzvos deraisa v'derabanan, with a desire and longing to cleave to Him in the fulfillment of the mitzvos from the Torah and from the rabbis, v'talmud Torah shekeneged kulan, and the study of Torah which is equivalent to them all. So the Beinoni has to awaken the love and fear in order to fulfill the mitzvos, and the fear in the mind and the love in the heart, even if he isn't actually changing the heart. And it further needs to be known to all. It further needs to be known a general rule, a great general rule, ba'avoda lebeinanim, the service to the beinanim, shagam yamin yad sichlo v'ruach binaso maseges, that even if his intellect and the spirit of his understanding is not able to grasp this sichlo in chachma v'ruach binaso in his bina, to give birth, Loholid avas havaya biskalus libo, to give birth to love of Hashem in a revealed state in the heart. Sheyihya libo bo'er kirish be'esh, that his heart should be burning with flames of fire. V'chefetz b'chafetze v'chashika, and desire with an inner will and longing, v'chuka morgeshes, and a felt longing, believe in one's heart, ledavka bo, to cleave to Him. Rak ha'ava mesoteres b'mocho v'talumos libo, only the hidden love in one's mind and the recesses of the heart. Haga, and there's a comment, v'asib lazen, the reason for this, that it's not in the revealed state of the heart, mipnei hiyos hamochin shelo v'naran shelo mebechinas ibor, is because one's intellect of the mind and the nefesh ruach neshama bebechinas ibur vehelem tochat tvuna, and the three levels of the neshama, the nefesh ruach neshama, are, so to speak, in a pregnant state. Vehelem tochat tvuna, and are, so to speak, pregnant in the external part of the bina, because you have bina and tfuna is the potential in bina for the emotions, and so the emotions are still pregnant in that state, and not in a state of giving birth and revelation, as is known in the concept of bina being compared to the ima, the mother. So we're talking here about, you have a revealed part of the heart and then a hidden part of the heart. And even if it can't be in a revealed part of the heart, it can be in the mind and the hidden part of the heart, which is the state that that's before the giving birth in the revealed part of the heart. and back inside. That is, that the heart understands with the spirit of Chachma and Bina, of wisdom and understanding, in the mind, Gedulas Ein Sof Baruch Hu, the greatness of the Infinite may be blessed, the Kol HaKamei Kol HaChashiv, that everything in comparison is not mamash truly. Asher Al Kain Ya'aseh Lo Yizbarech, and therefore it's fitting to him may be blessed, Shetichla Ilav Nefesh Kol Chai, that the soul of all living should expire towards him, Lidabek Uli Kala Bu'oro, to cleave and be included in his light. V'gam nafshu v'rucho asher b'kirbo, and also one's nefesh and ruach that are inside him. So not just nefesh kol chai of all life, but also one's personal nefesh and ruach that's inside oneself. Kach ya'aseh lahen, it is fitting for them as well. Lihios klosei love, to expire towards him b'chashika, with a desire v'chafitz and a longing. Let's say it's minar tikan, to go out of their sheath, hu haguf, which is the body. L'dav kabo, to cleave to him, rak shebal korcha chayos hina b'soch haguf, but only that they are by force alive inside the body, v'tzruros bo, and tied in it, bundled in it, kalmanos chayos, like widows whose husband are still alive, but they just can't get to them. V'leis machshav d'lehon tfisa beklal, and like the husband who went across the sea and so forth, and you don't actually have proof that he's alive. And v'leis machshav d'lehon tfisa beklal, and you can the thought cannot grasp in him at all, because it's included in this body. Kim kasha tfisa mislabeshes b'torah mitzvosea, only in its enclothement in Torah and mitzvos. Like the allegory brought before about someone who hugs the king, that it doesn't matter how many garments the king is in. If you hug the king, you're hugging the king himself. So to the mitzvos, even though they've descended down, you can still grasp the king in them. Therefore, it's fitting to hug him, so to speak, in this way, with all one's heart and soul and might. That is fulfillment of the 613 mitzvos in action and speech and thought, which is the grasping and knowledge of the Torah, like we said. Now, when you take this whole series of thoughts, this contemplation, in the hidden bina, the tfuna of the heart, umochu, and one's mind, because the tfuna connects the mind and the heart. So in the hidden state before of the external part of bina and the inner part of the heart, and one contemplates in this hidden place, upivali bushavin, meaning you don't actually feel it yet, but one's mouth and heart are equal. Shemekayim kin befiv, that one fulfills in one's mouth, kifi asher nigmar b'tfunas libo, in accordance with what was decided in this understanding of the heart, umoch, and mind. Dahainu liyos b'torah savayich hefzo, that is to have in your desire in the Torah of Hashem, v'yehege b'yom v'layla, and to speak in it day and night, b'fiv, in one's mouth, v'china yadayim v'shari varim, and so to the hands and other limbs, mekayim my mitzvahs kifi ma shenigmar b'tfunos libo, fulfill the mitzvos in accordance with what's concluded in the bina of the heart, the tvuna of the heart, and umoch and mind. So this hidden understanding and pre-emotion are enclosed within the action and speech and thought of Torah, mitzvosei, and the mitzvah and its mitzvos. To be for them a concept of intellect and life force and wings, to fly upwards, as if you actually did these mitzvos with actual fear and love, that was in the revealed state in the heart. And later on, he'll explain the idea of the love and fear being Godfin, the wings. With an inner will and desire and longing that's felt in the heart, and when the soul that thirsts for Hashem, because of the flames of fire that are of love that are in one's heart. It says as if you had the emotions like that that were in the revealed part of the heart. Why is that? Why is it considered as if you had that emotion, those emotions? Because this tfuna that's in one's mind and hidden part of the heart, that's what's brought you to be involved in them, in the Torah mitzvos. And if it wasn't that you were contemplating about this tvuna, you would not be involved in them at all, only in the needs of the body alone. And even if somebody has a constancy in their study, one loves one's body more by nature still. So again, we're talking, just like in the last perek, we talked about two levels in the Beinoni, one that serves and one that does not serve. And this perek is about the avoda of the Beinoni as well, that if a Beinoni wants to be considered serving, one has to contemplate in order to awaken the love and fear. But even if one actually isn't actually able to awaken the love and fear, one can still be considered an avoda for the Beinoni in an effort when one awakens, at least in the tfuna and hidden part of the heart. Because that's what then is the inspiration for you to do the Torah mitzvos. And even and the point is here that even if you study by nature, you can't call that avoda unless you at least awaken the this hidden love. It's not the hidden love; it's this love in the hidden part. Because the Ava Misoteres is a different concept. Because this is a love that you awaken on your own, but it's not revealed. It's not yet able to be revealed in the heart. And this is what our sages hinted to, and when what they said, that a good thought, the Holy One, blessed be He, unites it with the action. But this is unusual language, because it should have said that the Torah considers it as if you've done it. So what does this mean? Attaches it to the action. But the concept is that the fear and love that are in the revealed part of the heart Hema mislabshim b'maisiyam mitzvos, there what are enclothed in the action of the mitzvos, lachyosim, to enliven them, lafarch la'ela, to fly above, to go upwards. Because the heart is also coarse like the other limbs, Shem Klei Maisa, which are the vessels for action. Elashu Pnimi v'chayus lahem, only that the heart is inner and a life for the other limbs. V'lchein yochol yislabesh bahem, and therefore it can be enclosed in them. So that's, so to speak, the go-between one's emotions and the physical actions. That the heart is this intermediary between the emotions and the physical, and therefore can be enclosed within the physical to enliven them. Liyoslem gadfin lahalosam, to be wings to go to elevate them. But the fear and love that are in the tfunos, the tfuna of the mind and the hidden part of the heart that we mentioned, are much higher than the concept of action. They're not actually in the heart, and therefore can't actually be an inspiration for them in the way a true emotion that's felt in the heart is. And cannot be enclosed within the action of the mitzvos. To be a concept of intellect for them and life force. That the midos become a mochin to the maisa. Like one partsuf becomes, the lower part of the partsuf of above becomes the mochin to the next partsuf. The concept of mochin al pi Kabbalah is the concept of the yichud of the partsufim, and the mochin from one partsuf to the other is the hamshacha from the nehi, that from the level above to become the mochin in the highest level of the partsuf below. So the emotions that are in the real part of the heart become, so to speak, a mochin for the maisa. So as the emotions are in the tefuna above of the heart and the mind, so they can't actually be a mochin for the level below. The chayus lalos and the parch la'ela, to be a life force to elevate them, to fly up. If it wasn't for the Holy One, blessed be He, that attached them and united them, the bechinas ha'maisa, to the concept of action. And they're called the good thought. So this thought in the mind that one doesn't actually feel in the heart is called the good thought. It's called the good thought, because they're not actually fear and love. In the revealed part of in the revealed state in the heart. Only in the tfuna of the mind and the hidden part of the heart, like we said. And there's a comment. And like it's brought in Zohar and Eitz Chaim, the tfuna osios benubas, that the word tfuna, this external part of bina, that's moshayich to emotions, is the letters of the son and the daughter, which are fear and love. The ben would be the love, and the bas would be the fear. And at times the tfuna goes down, to be the mochin to the nukva. So even though there's a whole parts of in between, the parts of za, and you have the parts of nukva of za. Nukva, as it's included within the parts of za, you have the parts of nukva within za. And so even though it's so now he's saying that al pi Kabbalah, the tfuna is sometimes comes down and, so to speak, skips the parts of za and becomes mochin straight to the parts of nukva, the ziranpin. Shin osius haTorah v'mitzvos. That what's the partsuf of nukva? That's this concept of the letters of Torah mitzvos. It's like the concept of malchus and the levushim that we're talking about. Maskil yavin, and someone who understands this with their chachma can understand with their bina. And back inside, but this uniting inside of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, the Holy One, blessed be He, it does this attachment because de lahalosan, the lahalos ma'aseh mitzvos, in order to elevate the action of the mitzvos, the esek haTorah, and the toil in Torah, hanasim alidei machshava tova hanal, that are done through this good thought, ad olam habriya, to elevate them to the world of Briya, makom aliyas haTorah mitzvos, which is the place of elevation of Torah mitzvos, hanasim alidei dichilu v'rechimus sichlim, which are accomplished through the fear and love that are intellectual. Asher b'iskalus libo mamash, that are actually in the revealed state in the heart truly. Now later on he'll explain the difference between a natural love, which would be in the world of Yitzira, and intellectual love, which is in the world of Briya. And here you have this concept which is not even an actual love yet, but and it's not the Ava Misoteres, but it's in your mind through your toil and effort. It's an intellectual love, but it's not in the revealed state in the heart, and so one might think it wouldn't go up at all. But even though you don't actually feel emotion, not natural and not intellectual, it's a preparation for the intellectual love, and therefore it's elevated to the same level. Kadosh Baruch Hu elevates it to the same level as the intellectual love that you create on your own, that you give birth to through your Hizbanunos. But even if you haven't reached this level, if you haven't contemplated to the point where you have this machshava tova, you can still elevate it to the world of Yitzira through the fear and love that are natural, that are hidden in the heart of all of Israel. So the ahav misoteres, that's hidden love, that's also not in a revealed state in the heart, that can elevate it to the world of Yitzira. Be told that we have this love in our nature, as will be written about later on at length.